Today we're talking about the different types of mulch that we use in our landscape jobs, and why don't you tell us some of the reasons that we mulch?
Well, for one, the mulch helps hold weeds down. It helps keep moisture in the ground for your plants. And probably the biggest reason a lot of people use them is the visual, the way it sets off the landscaping.
And most of the mulches that we use are either a shredded bark or a mixed shred or some chips. So it's about using the right type for the right project.
Yes. Now we start here with probably the most common that people use is a very finely shredded hardwood or pine mulch, and the advantage is just the look. People like that dark look and that fine textured look. The disadvantages of that is it breaks down really quickly, and the weeds can grow in on top of it very quickly. Need replacing more often.
So a step up from that is this kind of coarser shredded, and it's a richer color too.
Yeah, these ones have actually been dyed, brown dye and black dye, and again, it's a visual thing. Holds up a little better than the first one, and gives you a very distinct color.
Yeah, looks sharp all season. But if you're going for something a little longer lasting, we've got like a pine mini nugget here or the cypress.
Yes, these are the two I like to use the most. The pine minis gives you that nice dark brown. It's a very loose grade around perennials and stuff. There are some disadvantages of it. One being that it won't hold up well on a slope. And the other is if you're in an area where you have a lot of leaves and you go to rake the leaves, the stuff is very loose and picked up. But tell us what the advantages of the cypress is.
The cypress, because it's got a coarser shred, is better on a slope. That really locks together and works well on fabric on a slope better than some of these looser versions.
And the cypress mulch will not decay for a long time.
It's our longest lasting.
Yeah, and probably the biggest disadvantage of that, if there is one, is the color. It's that very light natural wood color that some people like a darker or different colored look. Okay.
And if you're going for something really permanent and the lowest maintenance, you can use stone for mulch too.
Yes, I mean, the advantages of the stone mulch are, you don't really have to replace it. It's very permanent, but there's very distinct colors. The gray, the natural gray is nice and neutral, but when you start getting into the reds and whites and all, it's very hard to use them without them becoming the dominant focal point of that. But they are probably your best, longest, a little more expensive to put down.
So if you've got any questions about what types of mulch you should be using or would like some help putting your mulch down, give us a call. Thank you for joining us. I'm Liz Snyder.
And I'm Jim Hauptowing, the home gardeners from Hillside Garden Landscaping.